It was exactly 3:33 a.m. Emma's phone buzzed on the nightstand. The sound yanked her out of a restless sleep, and for a moment she thought it was just another late-night spam message. With a groggy hand, she reached for it, the glow spilling across her tired face. But when her eyes adjusted, her blood ran cold. The message was short, chilling, and impossible to ignore. "I'm inside your house." Emma sat up straight, every nerve in her body screaming that something was wrong. She told herself it had to be a prank, some glitch, some mistake. Still, her heart pounded so loudly she could barely hear the silence of her own room. She clutched the phone, waiting for a follow-up message that never came. The words just sat there, frozen on the glowing screen. Slowly, Emma slid out of bed, her bare feet brushing the cold floorboards. The hallway beyond her door stretched out in shadows, every corner feeling darker than it should have. She forced herself forward, whispering under her breath, "It's nothing. It has to be nothing." The kitchen was empty. The living room was still. The front door was locked. Everything looked untouched. But then the phone buzzed again in her trembling hand. The same message. "I'm inside your house." Her frustration rose with her fear. She pulled open closets, slammed bathroom doors, even checked under the kitchen table like a child searching for monsters. Nothing, only silence, only shadows. Yet every time she glanced at her phone, the same 4 words waited for her, taunting her. She wanted to throw it, scream at it, break it, but she couldn't let it go. Finally, with shaking hands, Emma tossed the phone onto the couch. It landed with a soft thud. But then, as if dragged by invisible fingers, it slid across the cushion, tumbled onto the floor, and lit up again. Emma's breath hitched in her throat. The screen wasn't showing text anymore. A red dot blinked in the corner. REC 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 7 seconds. It was recording. But it wasn't recording the room she was in. The screen showed her upstairs hallway. And in the shadows stood a figure. Emma's pulse spiked. She spun toward the staircase. It was empty. Completely empty. But when she looked back at the phone, the figure was closer now, halfway down the stairs, faceless, motionless, watching. She whispered, "No, no, this isn't real," but the words didn't sound like her own. She slammed the phone face down on the counter, the screen cracking with the impact. But even through shattered glass, the recording continued. The figure was gone now, the hallway empty. Emma almost dared to breathe, but then the phone vibrated again. Across the broken display, a new message appeared. "Turn around." Emma's whole body went rigid. Her breath came shallow and quick, the sound almost louder than the silence around her. She turned her head, inch by inch, expecting something standing right behind her. But the room was still. The counter gleamed faintly, the cabinet shut, the window locked. Then from upstairs came the slow, deliberate sound of a footstep. The next minutes were a blur of panic. Every time she crept toward the noise, it moved. From the hallway, to the kitchen, to the attic above, the house was mocking her, alive with invisible footsteps that circled her no matter where she stood. Desperate, Emma tried the front door again, yanking it open. Instead of her street, a heavy gray fog pressed against the doorway, rolling into the house like smoke. She slammed the door shut, heart hammering in her chest. There was no way out. The phone buzzed violently, words flickering across the cracked screen, glitching, shifting, behind you. Then, "Don't look." Then, once again, "I'm inside your house." Emma screamed at the device, begged it to stop, demanded answers, but the only response was a new recording. This time, the screen showed her bedroom. Her bed was still rumpled, but the closet door, which she swore she had left closed, now gaped open. And in the shadows inside, something moved. Emma ran upstairs, fury overtaking fear, and flung the closet door wide. Empty. Only her clothes swayed slightly on their hangers, as if something had brushed past them just seconds before. Her chest tightened, Her hands shook. Then her phone buzzed again. She glanced at the cracked screen and nearly dropped it. The recording showed her standing in the very same room, but she wasn't alone. A figure stood in the corner, inches away from her. Emma whipped her head toward the corner. Nothing. Empty. But on the phone screen, the figure moved closer. Her reflection in the glass warped, distorted, as if the darkness itself was wrapping around her. The lights flickered wildly, plunging the room into stuttering shadows. Emma clutched the phone against her chest, whispering over and over, "This isn't real. This isn't real." But the phone vibrated one last time. A final message appeared across the shattered display, deliberate and cruel. "Say goodbye." Emma's eyes filled with tears as the shadows around her stretched taller, sharper, closing in. The phone slipped from her hands, clattering to the floor. She barely had time to turn her head before the silhouette loomed over her. The lights died with a pop, and in the pitch-black silence, the buzzing finally stopped.